Hey, Jak'd 2.0 doing a live stream out of the blue. That's right. It's I didn't announce it, just doing it, and we're gonna see how this goes. Taking your calls. There's a number on the screen. You can call in if you want. I should announce I wanted to do a live stream last night, but I just got this stupid new job, and I well, anyways, listen, I don't want to bore you guys with my stupid life. But anyways, let's do this. I don't think anybody's going to be in this chat right now, maybe a few people, because I just did this out the blue, but let's do this. This is from the Nons Bro channel, and this is just black women pretty much using their black entitlement, which yes does exist, and you know, they just said, like, you could tell they don't have anything to fight for. You know? Like, they're being put down by who? You know?
So, why are we out here today?
Just protesting for black women, standing up for black women. I'm a black woman, we're always underrepresented.
You're a black woman? I wouldn't have guessed it. I would have thought you were Dominican, or you were white, or you were Asian. I had no clue you were a black woman.
Presented it, so just want to come out and show my support.
And you have a shirt here. It says, what, melanated and educated?
He's just using it as an excuse to look at her little black titties. I used to use that excuse too to girls. I used to say, "What does your shirt say?" And I would look at their tits, and they would slap me. You guys ever do that? You guys ever do that one?
Yep.
And on the back of your jacket, it says, melanin.
Now he's just checking out her ass now.
And honey, shea butter magic.
Shea butter? Is that why black women's hair smells burnt? Because when I used to go to nightclubs years ago, and I used to approach black girls, I would dance with them, their weave or their hair would smell burnt. Is that what that is? Is that shea butter?
What does all that mean?
Black girl magic.
Black girl magic? What kind of magic do you possess?
Black girl magic? Is that like when they talk in the movie theaters, or they make a big scene on a public transit bus? What exactly is black woman magic? Please explain that.
Educated magic.
Yeah, she seems really educated, doesn't she? She's wearing a hoodie that says shea butter on the back of it. Educated people tend to do that.
What does that mean?
Even though I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, you can
I'm sorry.
Why is it awkward? If you're so educated, please school us.
Period. Because I'm always coming back.
I don't know. I don't do this. I'm sorry.
What's up, guys? Nuance.
She says, I don't want to do this. So you're here for the quote-unquote calls. You're here to pretty much say how important things are. And now you want to sit... Jesus, I'm listening to myself right now. But now you're going to sit there, and now you're going to say that you don't want to do this. This is awkward.
Bro, checking in. We're here at the state capitol in Sacramento, California at the Black Women's March. Let's go talk to people, see what's going on. So, we're here at the Black Women's March, obviously as opposed to the regular Women's March. So, why the difference there? Why are we doing a specifically Black Women's March?
Because there's a difference between, you know, being a woman and being a black woman.
Did you hear what she just said? There's a difference between being a woman and being a black woman. Now, some people say girls are girls. She's saying, no, black women are much more superior.
To be like a white woman, and they're able.
They always got to use white people as the example, always. And look at these. Are these guys for the cause? Are they against it? And why is this asshole dressed up like some rainbow liberal fucking SJW douchebag? I mean, is he just watching? Or is he? If he's for this shit, he should get stabbed. I hope some black guy stabs him in his fucking back.
To kind of benefit from white privilege, pretty much, and black.
White privilege. There it goes again. There's what the liberal media feeds black people. White people have it so good, and black people don't.
Black women aren't.
Look at her gut, by the way. You shouldn't wear a belly shirt if you have a gut. Belly shirts are not supposed to be to expose your belly.
There's a difference there. Intersectionality.
Sure, intersectionality. So what kind of specific issues are black women facing disproportionately that you feel like...
Yeah, what kind of issues are black women facing besides spending lots of money on their hair weaves, being very disruptive? What kind of issues are they facing? Please explain.
Other groups are not necessarily facing as bad.
Yo, what's up, Gorilla Bear? tech?
Just everything. Being underrepresented, not, especially in the workplace. Like
Underrepresented. So if I'm working with a bunch of black women, I should stand up and say, "Hello, black woman. I'm here to represent you. Do you mind if I represent you like you're my lawyer? You've been through so much. Please."
I work with all men, all white men, pretty much.
Oh, I feel sorry for them.
And the white women, they, in the job place, I feel like they are...
You sound so educated. I believe it. You must have a 4.0 GPA.
Accepted more than black women. We're always targeted as like the angry black woman because we show emotion.
Oh, because you show emotion. No, you don't show emotion. You show fucking very negative emotion. Okay? You show very negative emotion. There's videos all over WorldStar on a daily basis of you destroying people's property, spray painting on people, fucking punching people like men. Yeah, you're very angry. And, oh, by the way, white women get all the promotions. So, you should automatically get it because you're black. That's what you're trying to say. So if you work hard and a white woman works hard, let's say she works harder than you, she shouldn't get it because she's white privilege. You're such a fucking idiot.
But, when they show emotion, it's because they're passionate, so there's a difference.
Sure. So, as far as, like, the disparity, are there certain industries you're talking about that black women are very underrepresented, and why do you think that is? Do you think it's primarily due to discrimination?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
So,
yeah, repeat it one more time because she's so educated.
I'm sure you're thinking of certain industries where black women are more underrepresented than other ones. And do you think that disparity is due primarily to discrimination? And what industries are you talking about specifically?
Popeyes.
I work in like the transportation industry, so that's one place that it is. I think it's pretty.
Oh, so the transportation, you work in transportation, so pretty much most transportation jobs are black people, by the way, at least in my city. I guess it's different in California where they're at, but here in Philadelphia, most people that work transportation are black, and they get all the promotions. And all the people, by the way, in my city that have all the good government and city jobs are black people.
I want to say, well, I guess it could be discrimination, but people are just, they kind of go towards what other people look like and when they're hiring.
Once again, it's always discrimination. By the way, black people get jobs based on what they look like. Plenty of promotions, plenty of good jobs, as I say, government jobs, city jobs, all the benefits because of the color of their skin, not because of their qualifications.
And stuff like that, they kind of hire what looks like them, so that is a form of discrimination.
So, like, for example, when it comes to computer engineering jobs, there's not a lot of women, period, let alone black women. Right. Do you think that's due to discrimination or because black women aren't, going to college for that specific type of degree, and because if there's not enough coming out of college with those types of degrees, they can't hire people if those people don't exist?
That too, and...
Whoa, he just broke you down into facts, bitch.
From a young age, they're not taught about STEM and stuff like that in schools. That's not, something that's in the elementary schools and the high schools, and they're not talking. That I know I wasn't when I went to, I went to college obviously, but that wasn't something like, STEM wasn't talked about. So
what did you major in?
I majored in family and consumer science.
And family and what science? Why don't you get a major in women's studies since you care about women so much? Why don't you do something like that? Why you family? What?
Was something in like the STEM field something that you wanted to pursue, but that you were like prevented from it?
I'm not necessarily saying that I wanted to pursue it, but I think if it was like maybe presented to me like at a young age, then that would probably be something that I probably would have went towards.
So why are we out here today?
We're here to support black women.
And by the way, this chick right here, she doesn't even look black to me. She doesn't even count. She's got that Rachel Dolezal type look. She is wearing a weave, though. Look at her. She's got like 2 different weaves. But she looks like she's a light-skinned black chick, so I guarantee she's at least 25, 30% white. This chick seems happy as hell to be interviewed.
All across California and all across the nation.
The same unity, unite, inform.
So obviously the Women's March happened earlier this year, I think January, February or so. Why the difference with this event, the Black Women's March?
I think that while feminism is really big and really important here in America.
But why now, though? It didn't seem very important 20 or 30 years ago. Now, over the last 10 years, now all of a sudden it's important. Why now? I mean, you pretty much, you get all the jobs, you have all the power, you still treat people like shit. What are you so angry about? I understand. What else do you want?
For some reason, Black women's voice is not heard as...
Isn't that the funniest thing? Can we go back? Let's go back about 4 seconds.
I think that while feminism is really big and really important here in America, for some reason, Black women's voice is not heard as...
I mean, I hear Black women's voice every day on public transportation, screaming in the streets, World Star hip-hop videos, public freakout videos. I mean, your voice isn't heard. I mean, you pretty much scream at people. You're the most psychopathic people on the planet.
As loud as, the rest of the population of women here in America. So it is only fit to have a separate march as well, in addition to kind of support and have our voice heard.
Sure. And what are some specific issues that you feel like Black women in particular face disproportionately compared to other communities?
Oh, well, right now the slogan, I think, is "Can I Live?" And I mean, there's a poster over here showing how many Black women alone were killed, I think, locally here in Sacramento by the police. So that's...
And once again, this is what the liberal media does. They want you to believe that Black people are being killed by police on an everyday basis, that Black people are just living their life, and they're just like, la 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 la, and then a white cop comes up, mostly a white man cop, and just shoots them to death, and that is not the case. That only happens once in a while out of dozens and dozens of tens of 50 of hundreds of thousands of cases, and they don't ever talk about Chicago and how Black people are killing each other pretty much every day. You don't hear that. More Black people kill each other than the other way around, but these idiots don't. They only watch the liberal news, so they don't know anything.
Obviously a big thing.
And you feel like all of those cases were unjustified?
I'm not sure about all the cases, but for my personal experience, I'm sure that most of them are unjustified. Also,
you're playing with a Mocha Control car. How are you? I mean, how old are you, dude? I mean, I have a Mocha Control car too, but I just want to make sure. I mean,
I'm sure, under education, a lot of Black women are not educated about birth control, are not educated about,
a lot of Black women don't seem educated at all, but whose fault is that? I mean, is that my fault? Is it his fault?
Higher education, employment resources. So that's why you see all the people here today kind of supporting, giving all those resources to anyone that does not know.
Look at this fat white woman in the back. I mean, you have a mixed kid. You obviously love black dick, but what are you going to do? You're just holding a sign. You're such an idiot.
About them. Yeah.
So one thing that was big at the Women's March was...
Okay, you're 31. Yeah, I have a Mocha Control car too. I have a... this light up car because I'm slow,
These pink pussy hats. I don't think I've seen a single one today. Why is that?
I think that was more of the feminist women's march thing.
That was their symbol.
That was their symbol. I think for Black women, their symbols probably will be the hand, the Black power hand.
And you see a lot of natural hair. You've seen that.
Right. You see a lot of the African colors. I think that's more prominent than just the pink pussy.
Yeah, but your hair is not natural at all. You got this fucking Brillo pad thing going on right here.
Yeah.
And I saw your jacket. I saw someone else wearing something. It says, "I am Black Girl."
Once again, he's checking out her ass. Yeah, so I am Black Girl. They keep talking about Black woman magic. Now think about this for a second. Let's break this down. If you have so much Black girl magic, why do you feel the need to protest? I mean, if you have such Black girl magic, why don't you use that Black girl magic and better yourself? Oh, that's right.
Magic. I don't. What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
It's magical to be a Black and a woman, especially here in America, and especially at the Capitol. We are blessed to be able to live in the city where the Capitol actually is, and we can come to participate places like this. So, a friend of mine has a clothing line.
Well, then stop complaining then. If you're so grateful to be Black and a woman in America and not be a slave, why are you doing this? You have more opportunities at your hand than any other race of women do. Why are you complaining? What else do you want? You want the world handed to you. Nobody owes you anything.
And made this jacket specifically for today.
So what does Black Girl Magic mean?
Black Girl Magic is just embracing who you are as a Black woman, whether...
Oh, Portugal. What's up, man? What's up, Dipin? Sorry if I spelled your name wrong. Dipin Haji. I probably spell. Sorry that I mispronounced it, but shout out, dude. That's awesome. Portugal.
You know, different skin tones, your hair.
It's not like witchcraft or anything.
Never, please. Let's end that rumor right now. But yeah, it's just embracing who you are. You know.
Yeah.
So, obviously, one thing that police brutality is an issue, right? And we're trying to reduce that. But why do you feel like I would say black men face it much more disproportionately, but you know, men in general face more disproportionately. But why do you feel like blacks in particular face so much, you know, are they involved in the criminal justice?
You can tell this guy's getting very nervous talking to these two Taikishas right here. He's like, I really hope they don't claw my face off. Look, her eyebrows are scrunching up. She's playing with her goddamn weave.
Just so much more disproportionately. Do you feel like it's all just racism, or do you feel like there's other reasons behind that as well?
I feel like it starts beginning by planting an idea in a mind. So people are raised up to believe that certain people are better than others. And so
Yeah, and black people, by the way, like I said, I live in the city of Philadelphia where it's 48% African American, or black as you want to call it. And black people here, they make fun of every race. They make fun of Hispanic people. They make fun of Chinese people. They make fun of foreign people. They make fun of everybody. A lot of black people think they're better than everybody else, by the way. They try to act like they're being targeted once again, and everyone picks on them and makes fun of them. That is not the case. Most people are afraid to make fun of black people because they'll get their ass whipped because black people are very violent.
personally have been pulled over so many times. My boyfriend is a victim of the system. And just because we're driving around somewhere, we'll get...
Oh, what's up, man? Hey, you're on this... I got this channel, too. I'm not sure if you subscribe. This channel's been booming. Yeah, man. But this chick, she just said right here that, once again, black people are just being pulled over for no reason. It's never for any other reason. It's always because they're black. They're never speeding. A black person, one of my other jobs, he got pulled over for not having his license updated. He tried to say it was because he was black. Yeah, sure. You never do anything wrong. Yeah, they're just pulling you over because you're black. Yeah.
Pulled over, and he can get taken to jail just because he has brown skin.
So literally on the police report they write, brown skin, we're taking him to jail.
No.
What's the justification?
But basically, if
There is no justification.
there is no justification.
What do they write down? They have to write down something.
This is what they do. That's why they have more prisons than schools, because they'll get you at a younger age, so you're in the system.
You need to watch Face and Limbs video. Yeah, someone just left a comment on my YouTube channel. I think that was you or somebody else. I'm going to check that out. I've been getting lots of recommendations of other channels, and I have been checking some of them out. There's lots of channels, but yeah, I'm going to check that out, definitely.
They have more prisons than schools?
Yeah.
Is that a fact? I don't know if that's true.
Well, I mean, that'd be something worth looking into.
Okay, so here's the facts right now. They're saying that they have more prisons than schools. There's only 2,000 prisons, and there's 100,000 public schools. So this woman is making up facts like most SJWs do. They have this in their head. They watch these news channels. They want you to believe, once again, black people are just being targeted, locked up. This is ridiculous.
Right? But
We'll look that up. I don't think that's true.
I feel like it, but...
Oh, you feel like it. So because if you feel like something, that must make it true. So this is what this whole march is about. This is how black people feel, but none of this stuff is true. Thank you so much, Taikisha, for clearing this up for me.
Well, basically, if you're put in the system at a young age, you're fingerprinted. As soon as you're fingerprinted, they're keeping track of you from the time until you die. So
These are black conspiracy theories. You know, like you hear people talk about conspiracy theories. Yeah, if they get your fingerprints, man, when you're like a young kid, they're going to follow you around, man.
Are in the system for even a minor offense. When they pull you over, they're still going to arrest you. My boyfriend got pulled over for no reason. He pulled over into McDonald's parking lot to make sure he was in the light and not...
I'm trying to figure out why he was arrested. Like, I think
it's just miseducation.
They arrested him for no reason, once again. And by the way, he was brown skin. I thought it was black people that face it. So he's a brown skinned black man. Oh, yeah. She's rubbing her shoulders like, I don't know why. I was just at McDonald's. Yeah, for no reason he got pulled out. I'm pretty sure that would have been all over the news, all over the media if that really happened.
Education.
And this is coming from a woman who just said a minute ago, I think that there's more prisons than schools. And I'm supposed to believe you, asshole?
Historical. This is from the beginning.
I mean, you could sue for a lot of money if you got arrested for...
He doesn't care about black people.
I'm doing the imaginary God's work here. the man God's work.
No, I mean, if you literally got arrested for no reason, they didn't write a reason down. If they just say you're in the system and it's not like you have a warrant out for your arrest. They literally can't arrest you. I don't understand the.
Well, that's the problem. That's why people are here. They can't arrest you, but they do it anyways.
Oh, that's why everybody's here. Everybody's here because you and your boyfriend were getting McDonald's and he got arrested. That's why everybody's here.
I'm not sure if that's exactly.
I'm sorry, your experience is definitely different than everybody else.
Well, no, just legally speaking, that I mean,
And by the way, this guy does exactly look white. I'm not sure what race he is. He could be Jewish. He could be Hispanic, mixed. I don't know what this guy is, but he's not exactly white looking. He looks kind of Europeanish. I don't know.
It's wrong.
You can say they write down a bullshit reason, but you're saying they don't even write a reason.
No, I'm not saying they don't write a reason, but they can come up with just anything.
Sure. So I'm just wondering, in your particular case, like, what did they write down for him?
For him, they said that his registration wasn't up to date, but really he had got like one of those.
Oh my God, you fucking idiot! That's what I'm just talking. I just said this a minute ago. This black guy I used to work with. He claims he was pulled over because he was black. His driver's license was expired. His registration was expired, so they suspended his license. That's what they do. So even if they did pull you over, let's say for being black, you didn't have the asshole didn't have his registration up to date. So you just said a minute ago that they wrote nothing down. It was for no reason at all. You can't drive around with a suspended license or registration. Okay?
Numbers so that he was taking care of his smog. So they towed his car and almost took him to jail. I had to come and stop them. They were going to take him to jail because he has a prior. Why does he have to go to jail? Because his registration's a little past. That doesn't happen to anybody.
Because it's against the law. It's like driving around without insurance. If you don't have any insurance and then, you fucking kill somebody, not to say if you kill somebody, or you hit somebody, someone has to get your insurance. They have to get your information. You don't know anything. You just said a few minutes ago, there's more prisons than schools. Now you're saying he was pulled up. You don't know fucking anything. You're fucking stupid. Your hair's ugly. Shut the fuck up. Stay home. Eat fucking Popeyes. You fucking suck, cunt.
Yeah. Why does it have to happen to him? Why did they have to tow his car? And now he had to pay $800 to get his car at the impound for what?
Because he didn't have his fucking registration update. How many times?
His ticket registration? Like, what?
So just because it was a little bit past, you don't make up the laws. You can't decide, well, something's a little past, can't you just let it slide? No.
Obviously, there's a lot of external things coming towards the black community. There's you could go through a whole litany of things. Do you think there's anything from within the black community that they could improve, like whether it's black culture or anything?
No. Black people are perfect. I love the way they they stab people outside corner stores. I almost got robbed to death at the train station a few weeks ago because I told this guy I didn't have $1, and this black guy got pissed at me and said, I should rob you right now and take your phone. He was going to kill me because I want to give him $1. Yeah, I mean, you guys are just perfect. Play your music out loud. Just keep being you. Keep being you, G.
What do you think?
Education, more prominent influence from males, positive males influence, there's so much we can do that we need.
Okay, so we got some comments coming in that says, do you think clubs and bars are the worst place to get laid? I actually did a video about this. I don't think I titled it Night Game, but yes, because as I said before, it's all about attention. I went out for almost 10 years to bars and nightclubs. I got some makeouts. I had one night stand, but it was by luck. Yes, they are, because if a woman is going to hook up with a guy, it's rare. It's like maybe one in the whole area if you're lucky. And this bouncer in this one bar that I work at, he's always like, yeah, all these chicks out here are looking for dick. They all just want attention. They want free drinks. They want flattery. They're not looking for really anything. So, yes, I do. I don't know what it's like in Portugal, but here in the States, it's terrible. I mean, I still go out to bars. I don't go to nightclubs. I haven't been to a nightclub since I was 21. But I do go to bars to have fun, but I don't really I approach girls rarely ever. I don't talk to people in general. And new subscriber, Hassan, is it Sealy? Thank you, sir. Thank you for your sub.
Need to do so.
That's why we have stuff like this.
But unity like this is what starts that. You come together and you see that you have people that support.
And by the way, if black people get more educated, she would realize that everything she said right now was just stupid. And she keeps making this fucking confused look on her face like, I don't understand why this guy's interviewing me.
Support you, and that needs to translate. I mean, honestly, it starts with the children, right? So starting with younger generations and educating them on their history, being proud of who they are. and also embracing the positive within the community and not focusing on the negative. But that's media in itself. For example, you're a foreigner. You come from foreign heritage, right?
I'm not a foreigner.
Wow, see, she's being racist already. Why is that okay? Imagine if you said something like that to her. She'd be like, okay, well, that's racist. And she says to him, well, you're a foreigner. This guy has spoken, he has spoken nothing but perfect English for fucking 3 or 4 minutes. These girls, I think they had so many big thug dicks in their pussy, it just knocked their brains out. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
I was born here.
Okay, but when
I feel racially profiled again.
See, there you
Let me
go.
ask you a serious question, though. When they depict your country or your ancestors' country on TV, majorly do they depict the positive, or do they depict the poor areas, the negative, and things of that nature? And answer that honestly. And I ask you this because I'm a foreigner myself. I'm from Nigeria.
Well, it's Iran.
Yeah, but you don't look like a foreigner, though. Like, you speak perfect English. If you speak perfect English, no one's going to guess you're a foreigner.
So not a lot of good press from there.
Exactly. But is there a lot of good? Have your people done a lot of good?
Well, I think his people, they actually built the pyramids, didn't they?
Recently.
You're being
In the past.
being biased, and
No.
I know you're trying to stick to a side.
I don't like the government there. Usually when they speak about the people, they speak about
I'm
them
not
in
talking
very...
about government. Government is corrupt no matter where you are. I'm talking about your people.
Some
The
governments are
positive
better than
that
others.
They've done, what they've contributed. And
No, but usually when they talk about the people, I've heard very positive things. They talk about the historical culture. They talk about, the Persian Empire.
And this chick right here has got this sign that says, Black woman hella matter. Hella? Why the fuck are you using that word hella? Why not just say black woman really matter? Why would you say hella? That sign is so stupid.
And things like that.
Exactly.
But when they
Is
talk
that
about...
what they depict, though? Media?
Well,
Or do they depict the bad?
well, no, because in
which you
contemporary
originally
times,
spoke of?
what really matters is, government relations between
My
governments.
point that I'm trying to make, which you are strategically trying to avoid, is the fact that the media will always depict the negative as opposed to the positive.
Yeah, but they do that to white people. You never call it out. Black people never speak up about the negatives. All of this is white people getting fired, white people losing their jobs for saying things about black people, but on a daily basis, you never hear any stories about black people killing white people, black people killing each other, or black people doing anything wrong at all.
I absolutely agree.
And they do the same for your people.
So we should obviously focus on some of the positives that are happening also within the black community.
Exactly. And if more people were educated
Eddie MGTOW, what's up?
on the positive, they would have more proud and be prouder of who they are and embrace that. So
I mean, obviously violence is decreasing. There's a recent spike recently, but I mean, the trajectory since like the 70s and 80s has been going down. Less black lives being lost. Also, record low black unemployment, which is really good as well. Don't you think there's a lot of positives that are happening right now within the black community?
do you know what are the most educated or black women? There are more educated black women with master's degrees and so forth. But you don't hear that in the media. And
Well, okay, let's do a news story. By the way, I don't know, is that another fact she made up? Because I've never heard that fact before. I've never heard a fact that black women are more educated than anybody else and they're earning master's degrees. I've not heard that.
in employment.
I heard about it.
Well, you've clearly educated.
Okay, so here it is. Another false statistic. Here it is. Only 23% of black have a bachelor's or a higher degree. There it is right there. So, there it is. Black now. Oh, this is for women. Yeah, 23%. So,
Yourself.
this chick over here with the fucking weave just said that there's more prisons than schools. Wrong. She also said her boyfriend did nothing wrong. The fucking Negro was driving around without any registration. And then this idiot just said that only black women are the most educated and Asian people are far more educated than white. Asian and white people are far more educated. So, wrong again, darky.
People wouldn't know that. Right. They wouldn't know that. They wouldn't know that a lot of black women are very educated. But we know we have to do that because we have to fight.
All right, so we got some comments coming in. What's going on, Phil? Your channel will grow. Facing LMS. Yeah, I've heard of LFA. I've watched some of his. He didn't succeed. I know that. And you are 100% honest. I know this information 5 years ago. I lost my time, money chasing women. I lost a lot of money. Yeah, so once again, I never spent any money on PUA. I never paid for a single dating coach. And I will be doing more videos on PUA scamming and such. But I never spent any money because I knew, because I was approaching, like I said, I approached probably 500 to 1,000 women my entire life, if not more. between the ages of 18 to 28. So for like 10 years. So that's why I said, what can a PUA teach me? I've tried everything. Indirect, direct, super direct, both. I was even doing mystery method. I tried all that. There's nothing you can teach. I mean, if women don't want to fuck you, they don't want to fuck you. PUA scam me. I have resentment. Yeah, you should. I mean, this one guy that I know, this local guy, he was scamming people. He was calling people up on Simple Pickup in RSD Nation saying for $3,000 he can teach them. And I told the guy, I said, dude, you can't get me laid. It's up to the women to decide, not you. And this one guy I know actually paid the guy $3,000. And I told him not to. And then 6 months later, he was like, yeah, man, I got scammed. I should have never paid that guy any money. And I was like, well, I try to tell you. But, yeah, man, it is a scam. Trax is representing. These chicks are handicapped, dude. Yeah, they really are. I mean, that's what I'm saying. See, this is the problem with these marches. If you want to get together and have a march, please have your facts straight. They just keep saying stuff because that's what they think and that's what they feel. This is what liberals do, and this is what SJWs do. They say what they feel. What you feel is not an actual statistical fact.
Fight a little bit harder, and whether you want to believe it or not, it's fact. And history has proven that. So.
Hey guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell for future videos. So why are we out here today?
Because we're black and we're proud and we're black women and we're out here to support and trust black women.
Black women, black mothers, black sons.
Black women, black sons, black mothers, black everything. Okay, yeah, we get it. Everything's black.
I'm here to support the black women.
So this is called.
Yeah, let's not support the black men. I don't see a lot of black men. I see a few simps. There's a simp right there. He's obviously trying to get some pussy. I don't see a lot of... There's a guy right there, a stupid white guy, who thinks that if he does that, he'll make the world better, because white people feel like they have to show up at these things to prove, yep, there are a few good white people. Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Called the Black Women's March. You know, the Women's March happened, I think, in January or February or so. Why the difference there?
Because black women are different from other women of color. I mean, we can all still come together for women of color, but black women, we all have different.
So what black women are trying to say here is they don't care about other women. See, it was supposed to be the Women's March, at least, is equal equality. At least it's, even though I don't stand for that, I'm against it, at least it's like any woman of color is welcome to this march. This is discrimination. This is no, black woman only. Yeah, black woman only. We only care about ourselves. So there you go. You're proving once again how selfish you are. These black guys are right, and that's why most of them are fucking a fat white girl, and you're all getting fat and single.
Issues, different things that we all have to still address.
And what are those issues specifically?
For black women, I mean, it's like, state-sanctioned violence. Black women are always...
Oh shit, it's midnight right now in Portugal? Alright, well, thanks for hanging out, man. Yeah, more videos gonna be coming every week, and live streams and such, so yeah, man, definitely. Thanks a lot.
Putting other people first, but not putting ourselves first. So it's like we have to be...
That is the most bullshit thing ever. Women in general always put themselves first. All women care about is their own needs and their own greeds. That's all they care about. So what do you mean not put... We keep living in this world where women do everything for men. You don't do shit for men.
Here together just to support ourselves and trust ourselves and do what we have to do for us.
And specifically state-sanctioned violence you're referring to?
Police brutality, you know, like recently look at Sarah Bland or Erica Gardner, like all those type of people who risk their lives, but the police are out there just, you know, policing and, you know, causing more violence.
And why?
Yeah, let's live in a world without no police. Let's live in a world with no police and see what your people do. The same people you say are so good, crimes would be up, murders would be up. You're the most violent people on the planet, and that's a fact.
Why do you think that's primarily happening due to discrimination and racism generally, or do you feel like there's some deeper issues there?
Oh hell yeah, it's always about racism and just the way how, especially like look.
And that's the thing. Everybody's racist. White people are all racist. That's the way the liberal media points out. This is all they think in their head. Everything is, I'm black. Everything's owed to me. Get over yourselves.
How black men look, how black women look, it's always about race. It is about race. Everyone's always say, take a colorblind lens, no, race always has to play a factor into those things.
And race always exists because of your people just always you think you can do whatever the fuck you want, and then when someone calls you out on it, well, you must be a racist. Well, no, you're not going to live in my world and do whatever the hell you want. I'm going to call you out on it. I don't care what race you are.
And it's just, we're tired of it.
So you think it's like an irrational response? Because racism, I feel
and this march is not going to do anything, by the way.
like racism by definition would just be something that's irrational, right? You're judging someone strictly based on their physical appearance or whatever.
Definitely.
So why do you feel like black women specifically are facing racism, arbitrarily, but not like Asian women, for example?
It's history. Predating all the way before we came here on.
Yeah, once again, black people will tell you that nobody else were slaves. Jewish people weren't. Jewish people were almost eliminated. Millions of Jews were killed and gassed and brutally killed. Who cares? And even though if you say Jewish people, that's a religion. It doesn't matter. They're still people. Everybody was slaves. Italians, Polish, a lot of people. But as I said before, it's always black. That's what it always is. It's always black people. We've gone through this. You're the only people that complain because you're not over yourselves. That's all you want reparations. You want the world handed to you. And if you had the world handed to you, you still would act the same way. You still would act ignorant. And you still would do the same shit you're doing now. You still would be locked up for being an asshole.
On the ship, it's always been black women versus other women. But I think at the end of the day, we still can all come together. But we all have individual issues and structural issues that we all have to face. Yeah.
Do you think some of this could actually be done? Because is there a chance that it's not all irrational? Like there's going to be some nuance to it where it could be maybe like 51% discrimination, but it could be like 20% this, 20% that. Some economic conditions, or it could also be they're responding based on their perceived risk, based on statistical realities as far as blacks being responsible for more murders disproportionately.
I think it's always a structural issue.
Yeah, once again, it's always discrimination. So if a black person kills somebody, they're being discriminated against. That's pretty much what she's trying to say. Black people are never at fault for anything they do. Yep, it's always racial, yeah.
It has to do with economics, racism, but I think at the end of the day, racism is at the top, and then there's branches coming down from that, and it's economics, social services, all kinds of things that are in place.
And how do we overcome that?
Trust black women. That's all I'm going to say. Just trust us. We
can't trust black women. As I said before, there are daily videos of black women destroying guys' cars, burning people, even doing violent stuff to their kids, killing their kids, stealing, just doing a whole bunch of nonsense. How can we trust you when the facts pretty much say we shouldn't trust you?
If you invest in us, we will help you, and we can make those changes.
How can you help anybody? All you care about is helping yourself. All you care about is getting your weave done, getting your nails done. That's all you care about. That's why most of your black guys, as I said, are with other races of women, and you're all fucking fat and single.
All I have to say.
But I'm saying, if we're going up to cops, we can't just say, like, trust black women, and then we solve the racism issue. Like, how can we take concrete steps to make sure we're moving in the right direction and improve race relations and, reduce oppression and things like that?
Honestly, sitting down and listening to other people's opinions. At the end of the day, if you...
Yeah, let's do what we did, like, in that Joyner Lucas I'm not racist video. Let's put a black guy and a white guy and have them scream at each other. That'll fix things.
You sit down, take the time, get to know me, get to know my community. I think that's what solved the issue. If we all just talk.
Why don't you just stop being violent? Stop blaming white people for your problems. Charles Barkley said it best. Stop killing each other. Educate yourself. Stop being violent. Stop getting caught up in this racist stuff and just live your life. Why don't you just do that?
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to say?
Black woman with a black daughter that's overspoken, highly outspoken.
Oh, she made you proud. From one ignorant black woman to another ignorant black woman. Congratulations.
Really trust her, and we're just gonna keep on moving on and keep.
We shall overcome. Hello there, Mammy.
Keep on pushing till one day it's gonna all be overcome.
If you had to bet $1 million, when do you think that day would be?
I would say never. And by the way, look at all these black people here. It must smell like cocoa butter lotion, fried chicken, and shield butter.
Well, I don't have $1 million, so that day probably never
until 45 gets out of office.
45 until 45. Trump. Okay.
Oh, once again, Trump is so racist. Did you guys know that Trump gave like $8 billion to African American colleges and schools? I guess you guys didn't know that.
But that's when it started, when it became
If you are here
known that racism really exists when he came into office.
How so?
Because I never saw so many people being discriminated against until he got elected into the office. And then all of a sudden it's like...
Oh, yeah. When Barack Obama was president for 8 years, nothing bad happened. I mean, yeah, he took down Osama bin Laden. That's probably the only great thing he did. But aside from that, yeah, when Obama was president, everything was perfect. He wanted to take the guns away, yet he had armed guards on his daughter to make sure she got to school safe, but he didn't care about your kids. Yeah, that's right. Barack Obama, he was the best president we had. Fuck Barack Obama, okay? And the reason why I say that is because I got fined for not having health insurance years ago because of his bullshit rule that if you don't have health insurance, you get fined 20 or 30%. If I don't have health insurance, why does that affect anybody else? That doesn't even affect me. Why should I get penalized for that? Fuck that guy. He was an asshole.
Wow.
Do you think it's because it's actually happening more, or do you think it's just being exposed more because of, you know, more social media presence, more cameras and things like that?
More so.
You see, man, the orange man is bringing the black man and the black woman down, even though the orange man, he keeps giving us all jobs and all good jobs, and he also gave $8 billion to schools of black people. The orange man needs to go, man. We need another black man to give us more free cell phones and chicken coupons. You dig?
Social media. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Well, when it comes to systemic racism, one particular issue that I feel like most blacks are dealing with right now is being approved for housing loans. You could have the same criteria as someone else, but simply because you're black, you will not get approved for a housing loan.
Well, the reason why is because black people loathe the property value. I mean, the property value of my neighborhood used to be very good, and then once all these blacks start moving in, it's gone down. I mean, it's an actual fact there are white people out there, my parents included, that try to look for neighborhoods that don't have a lot of black people. You know, they come from these bad neighborhoods, they want to start littering, they want to have their kids run around your yard, they want to throw, you know, they want to play their music late at night. I mean, it's not all black people, but that does happen. So yeah, why should we let people in? They're going to ruin the neighborhood.
Thus keeping you in your community that isn't, you know, better.
Well, why not? Why not stay in your community? I mean, if you love black people so much, why do you want to live around other races of people? Why do black people always want to live around white people so much? If you people are so good, we should give black women a chance, and black trust black women, and your black women are magic and all that shit. Why the fuck do you not stay in your community? Oh, that's right, because you all rob and kill each other.
So I think that's one form of systemic racism that they've even done studies on that has come to surface. And yes, we are one of the, you know, groups that are attending colleges more, but we have our own set of issues once we do attend college. So
I've also heard the sort of reverse argument made that, you know, you're saying because they're not getting loans, that's racism, you know, based on the same criteria. But I've also heard that, you know, during like the subprime mortgage crisis and stuff, they were giving out loans like candy to everybody, and they were saying because those were predatory loans and they were giving it out, you know, to poor blacks and things like that.
Look at this obese bitch right here. She needs to do a black woman's walk. Jesus Christ, how much Popeyes you eating? God damn.
That was racism as well.
I don't really understand the reverse racism thing.
No, not reverse racism, because they were doing it specifically towards blacks, and they were giving them these subprime loans. They said it was predatory lending.
I would have to do more research on that. As far as I know, statistically, it's still an issue, it's still a problem, and there have been statistics that show that black people are not receiving even business loans at the rate that other races are.
Do you feel like that's also due particularly because they tend to have lower FICO scores and just usually worse credit in general? And, you know,
oh, that's so funny. That's hilarious. Now, it is true. If you watch black comedy shows and if you listen to black people do stand-up, the number one thing they say is, look at this person's reaction right here. Like, man, what you talking about? You saying black people got bad credit? But it is true. Black people, they make jokes about them having bad credit. I mean, they pride themselves on having bad credit. So that's pretty funny you brought that up.
They usually don't have the same kind of home equity that other races do.
I think that statistically that hasn't been proven. It actually has been proven that...
Well, if it's not proven, why do so many black comedians make jokes about it then?
they may have the same FICO scores as other.
Well, no, they do have lower FICO scores. But I know what you were saying. You were saying when they do have the same scores, they're still discriminated
There's
against.
still a problem.
But there's also other factors, beyond scores like that, like the types of homes in certain neighborhoods that you might wanting to buy. It's not all super clear cut, but I understand what you're saying.
I do a little bit of research on these things and just.
Yeah, you just said it. You do a little bit of research. Why don't you do full research before you open up your mouth and before you decide to march on something?
From the statistics and different resources that I've seen, it has mostly to do with the color of our skin.
So when you
That's all you can fucking do, and that's all you can fucking say. You don't want to own up to your fucking problems. Everything is because of the color of your skin. That's it. Why don't you get out of the country then? Go start your own fucking country if it's so bad here. Get out.
Disparities, do you feel like the first thing is like that automatically comes to mind when there is a disparity between different racial groups? Do you feel like it's primarily due to racism, or do you think there could be other factors, and what do you think those other factors might be?
There's always other factors, but I do feel like since our time here in America, it has always been an issue, and I think that we have progressed.
It hasn't been an issue. You're the only person, by the way, that has brought this up about the whole black people not being approved for moving into neighborhoods and loans. You're the only person I've ever heard bring that up.
Obviously, but there are just certain things that have been maintained, and unfortunately, they affect black people at a higher rate than they affect everybody else. And so
for example, when it comes to murders, for example, blacks are about 51% of the murder rate.
I guarantee she'd love to hear that. Can you believe that? Black people are responsible for over half the murders in this world. Yet, the fucking fat cunts from before are going to sit there and go, well, police officers keep killing black women. They killed like 2 black women. Oh, so because the police killed 2 black women in how many years? But your people are responsible for over half the murders. Oh, that's beautiful.
Despite being about 12% of the population, and about I think like 50% of the murders are specifically black men. They're about 6% of the population. So, do you feel like people are forcing them to commit the murders, or is that just like a problem?
Yeah. Are people making black people commit murders? Does somebody walk up to a black guy and say, "Here, black guy, here's a gun. Do me a favor. Go shoot that white couple." "Hey, black guy, here's a ski mask and a knife. Go rob that liquor store." Yeah, people are forcing black people to do these things. Black people are such good people. People just force them. They really mean well, guys. They really do. I mean,
within the black community that they also need to address.
Obviously, it's not anyone forcing people, but I also feel like I feel like the statistics that are out there are only focusing on one part of the population. I don't feel like it's focusing on the population as a whole, and I feel like if you focus in on other...
Why do we focus on other statistics or not? And if we do other races of people, 51%. That's over half the murders are your people, okay?
Other races and other groups, you'll see the same statistics because generally people...
Look at this guy's face right here. He's like, no, nice try. Single mother culture is the force behind most of these crimes and dysfunction. Yeah, I agree. And a lot of black people don't have fathers, and they always have their excuse that, oh, we grew up in a poor neighborhood, and we grew up without a father, boo-hoo-hoo. And there's white people that grew up like that too, and they don't fucking do this shit. But she's saying there's other races of people. Even if let's say you look up white people, how many white people commit murders? Let's say it's 13%. Or 20%, or even if it's 30%, that's still not 51%. What are you talking about?
People kill each other within the same races.
Well, yeah, that's true, but the thing is
we have a higher rate because our population is less.
Look at his face right here. What are you talking about? Your population is less. So you're saying that, okay, black people are only responsible for, let's say, 15% of the murders because there's not that many black people. Yeah, okay, nice try.
And I feel like...
I'm saying of all the murders in the country, blacks are responsible for 51% of the murders, despite being 12% of the population. So if white people are...
Yeah, that's what he's trying to say. He's trying to say that it doesn't matter how many black people there are. That has nothing to do. And all the people out there that were killed, 51% were black.
Almost 70% of the population, they're only responsible for about, I think, like 46%, and that's if you're including...
3 out of 4 black kids are fatherless. So yeah, I believe Barack Obama even said that. Barack Obama said something like 1 out of every 2 fucking black people of different, not related, grew up without a father. Even he will tell you that.
Including Hispanics in there as well, under white people. So you don't think like blacks are disproportionately murdering people?
I don't, unfortunately. I feel like
the reason why you don't is because you watch liberal news stories where a black woman gets killed and it's all over the paper, but you won't actually do the research. As you said before, you only do a little bit of the research.
But what are your stats? Like, what's your evidence?
I don't necessarily have stats, but I have read other statistics and things and research that shows that it's only focused on a certain population of blacks.
So I know what you were saying as far as like, okay, if you're...
It's only focused on black people. So the funny thing is, when black people are usually, when something's negative, right? Like murders, they usually comment on other things. Like they say, "Oh, black people like that." Oh, there's more prisons than schools. But when it's the other way around, and it proves how bad black people are, well, that's not there. That's just focusing on a certain population. What do you mean, sir? That's in the country, 51%. It's not a population. It's what your people are doing.
Most races tend to kill each other. So, you know, if blacks kill other blacks, the black on black crime is like 91%, whereas white on white crime, it's also pretty high. It's like 87% or something like that. But the numbers are different. So if you have...
They bang Pookies and Ray Rays, birth their bastard kids, and then go around crying when the good men have gone until that culture ends or not improving. Yeah, they love thugs. Women in general. Even white girls are becoming this way. You're going to see a lot of mixed race in the future, unfortunately. But
let's say 1 million murders and 900,000 of those are blacks, and that's blacks killing blacks. That's 90%. But let's say you have 10 murders and 9 of those are white, and it's white on white. That's 90. They're both 90%. But you see there's a big difference between 9 murders and 900,000 murders, right?
Well,
yeah, pretty much there's a Holocaust going around of black people killing each other, and nobody wants to talk about it.
I don't think honestly, I don't want to focus on murder and who...
No, you don't want to focus on facts. You don't want to focus on what makes you look bad. You only want to focus on white people. That's what you do. When it comes to white people, you're focused on that. White people are bad, white people... But when it comes to actual facts, nah, I don't want to focus on that. Yeah, why not? Why not focus and improve yourself? Because, oh yeah, once again, it's easier just to play the victim. That's all. You just want to be a victim. That's all you are.
Who's killing who? I feel like in the media, you can clearly see that black people are being arrested, murdered at the highest rate out of any of the other populations.
No, that's all they report. Okay, there was a story that happened years ago where a black guy killed a woman and a guy for no reason to rob their Christmas presents, and the media barely talked about it. Okay? It happens all the time, every day. Black people go into a movie theater, make noise, a white person tells them to shut up, they stab the guy. You don't hear about it. There's stories that happen every day where black people do bad stuff. You just don't hear about it because you watch the liberal media. You don't know your fucking facts. Shut the fuck up and stick a chicken wing in your mouth.
Population.
Isn't that because they're...
And by the way, why is she drinking Starbucks? Wait, when was this video? Maybe I'm wrong. What was this? June 18th. I think this happened after the Starbucks controversy. So if she loves black people so much, why is she supporting such a racist corporation like Starbucks? Remember those 2 black guys
committing more of the crime, though?
I wouldn't say that's a fact.
The evidence.
Show me
Yo, Truth Warrior, what's up, man?
the statistic that shows that they're committing more of the crimes.
The FBI, the FBI reports, the actual conviction rates, also the crime victimization reports as well.
If you want to get into conviction rates, you can get into the convictions of all the innocent people that are locked up.
But you would.
So how are we supposed to know how many innocent black people are locked up? How are we supposed to know? If you ask every inmate if they're innocent, they're going to say they are to get out of prison. So how are we supposed to know? There might be maybe, I don't know, every once in a while a black person will get wrongfully accused, but how much does that happen? Once a year, once every other year? How are we supposed to know that?
Certainly say that not most people who are
they're locked up at the highest rate, and they haven't been proved. They've been proven guilty, but they end up being innocent. So,
but you would probably have to admit that like those pure innocence cases are a definite minority of cases, right? It's definitely not like over 50%.
I actually wouldn't argue that. I wouldn't argue that at all. I wouldn't at all. It just it's in the media. You see a lot of these verdicts and things being overturned because these people are being proven innocent, but they've been locked up. You know what I mean? So it's like...
Do you think that's a majority of cases people are just purely innocent? They didn't commit...
I don't think it's a majority, but I think it's a high rate of black people.
That makes no sense. That's what a majority means, a high rate. He just asked you if you think it's a high rate. She said no, but it's a majority. That makes no sense.
Locked up that are innocent. It's higher than any other race. I really do think that.
So why are we...
But even if it is higher, you're still responsible for over half the murders in the world.
Here today?
Supporting black women. Black women matter.
Sure. So obviously this is called the Black Women's March. We had a normal women's march, I guess, before. Why?
Yeah, black women aren't normal. We've proven that before.
Why the discrepancy? Why the separation?
Because if you leave it at just all lives matter, that's not. All lives have always...
We've already proven this before. Black people clearly think of themselves as a superior species than everybody. White people and black people included. They want special treatment. They don't care about any other race, but they expect every other race to care about their race. We've already proven this before.
Mattered. But right now, in our society and what's going on in our society, black men and women seem to be targeted, and we are the ones who are stepping up to...
Not really. I think that it's the opposite way around. I think you target other races of people, if you look at the crime rate, and I think that you have it backwards. I don't think you don't know what you're talking about. Nobody targets you. Nobody thinks about you. Most people try to stay away from you. And you target them because you need attention.
To say something right now. Okay, we've stepped up all along, all through history. But right now, it's another movement. And we're stepping up to say black women matter, black lives matter. So that's the difference.
And what are some unique challenges that face the black community, specifically black women in particular?
Oh, there's always...
Well, you know, there's hair straighteners. We can't get our hair straight, so we gotta use Afro Sheen and dollar store weaves. And also, you know, there's not enough chicken coupons out there. They need to give us more chicken coupons because, you know, the Popeyes meals, after the $5 meal's over, they tend to get pretty pricey.
Discrimination. There's discrimination in the color of your skin, light, brown, dark. There's discrimination in your hair, if you're wearing braids, if you're wearing natural hair, if you're wearing silk hair, if you're wearing...
I actually discriminate against white people who have braids in their hair. Those hipsters, I think they should be shot.
Weaves, if you're wearing anything, we stand out. And I know we're blessed because the Lord's blessed us with this melanin.
Well, if you're blessed, then why are you marching then? Oh yeah, once again, you got that black woman magic. Yeah, right.
For us to be black women, but we do get targeted. They say that black women are angry. There's a lot for us to be angry about. But
once again, you want an excuse for your behavior. That's all this is about. That's all it is. We kill people because of this reason. We're angry about this. You just want your excuse. You want to be a victim. That's it. Yeah, there you go.
Most of all, black women are passionate, and we're the most compassionate people on the face of this earth.
I would disagree with that, but okay, that's your opinion.
We have accepted and accepted the apologies, and sometimes there weren't apologies for all the things that has happened to us as black.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're never going to accept apologies. Even if white people got on their knees, you still wouldn't accept it. Because you just want to complain and whine. You want everything your way.
Women, our black men, our black children.
Sure. And it's on the progress front. Do you think like things are getting better or we're regressing? What do you see right now and going forward?
Right now, I see what Trump is trying to do as far as walls. He's built up, and they aren't the material walls, but they are those walls that are in people's hearts and people's minds. So they feel they are emboldened that they can come out and start calling you N-words, start treating you differently.
Which actions?
What the walls are about mostly keeping out Mexicans. Wouldn't this become about you? When did this become about someone calling you the N-word? That's not what the wall's about. Do you even know what the wall's about?
From him specifically, do you feel like are bringing that out of people, specifically towards like black women, for example?
All the things that he doesn't do, when he doesn't stand up and say that.
Yeah, like all the things he doesn't do, like when he gives $8 billion to black colleges.
In Charlottesville, when it should have been, you had Nazis that were protesting. Call it like it is. Don't say, oh, everybody is to blame. No, call it like it's supposed to be.
Yeah, everybody is to blame. You don't want to take any responsibility for your people. Doesn't matter if it's murder rate, crime rate. You never want to take any responsibility. It's the white man and the white woman's fault. There you go. Sure.
When Trump has... I know he thought he was doing a great thing. Oh, I'm going to pardon Johnson.
I was going to ask you about that.
You're pardoning a black dead man. Pardon black alive men. Pardon them. And Kim Kardashian, I don't know where her platform stands. I'm a retired prison guard. You can talk to me about who's in prison and who needs to and what's the reform.
Well, if you were in prison, you must have saw a lot of black people there.
And things about it. What does she have? What's her husband? Kanye?
Well, what does Kim Kardashian have? She has a big set of natural Armenian tits and a big fat Armenian ass that your black men go crazy for, and a black man is with right now and not you.
Cuckoo man?
Oh yeah, Kanye West. Kanye West is whacked out of his skull. He's bipolar, but you know, because he's for Trump once again. There are some black men, not a lot, a few, that are for Trump. But once again, they must be cuckoo.
I'm sorry, tell it like it is. But yes, he doesn't represent us. No, she doesn't either. She's not a black woman.
No, but she's got ass and tits like the way a black woman should. Hey, she can keep a black man happy, and you can't. I guarantee she's single.
And he said he wanted to get our vote? Come talk to us then. Ooh. Not to Kim Kardashian and her cuckoo, bipolar husband, Kanye.
Well, specifically to the...
yeah, you don't seem cuckoo at all. Look how angry you are.
To the pardoning of the woman, do you feel like that
Alice Johnson?
Yeah, do you feel like that was a overall positive thing or a negative thing? And why do you think like President Obama didn't take more action during his presidency to do things like that?
President Obama had his hands tied in every single matter.
Oh, there it is. Oh, so Donald Trump doesn't have his hands tied at all. He's got all the free time in the world, but you're... Mr. Black Man President had his hands tied. Yeah, the guy was out golfing, you fucking idiot.
That he did. He was getting opposition from the House Speaker. He was getting opposition from the Republican Party from the time he started. From the time he started, from day one, they said they were not going to work with him. So you wonder, how did he get all the things accomplished that he did do? So I'm going to give him praise, honor, and all the respect for getting all the things done that he...
Yeah, all he did was give black people free Obama phones and give handouts to poor people and find people like me, taxpayers, money for not having health insurance. That's all he did for 8 years.
He got done, and not try to belittle something that he didn't get done because his hands were tied the whole time he was in office.
Well, pardons specifically, I mean, they don't need congressional approval. They can do that single-handedly like Trump did.
Even a pardon, Obama was going to get opposition from. If he would have pardoned anyone, he was going to get opposition. How about what if Obama said reparations for black people, for the slavery?
Well, he did. He gave you free Obama phones. He gave you lots of handouts. He even gave fried chicken coupons. What else do you want?
That we were in. How about that? Do you think he would have got opposition to that?
Probably.
Well, black people do have reparations. They have access to, you know, they get, once again, all the good government jobs, all the good city jobs, all the benefits. You know, they have easier to get hired. Yeah, I mean, sounds pretty good to me. I mean, I don't know what else you want. I mean, you just want you want to sit on top of the world, and I think you want everybody else as slaves. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
I think Trump would too if he asked for that, but I don't know.
Let's see. Why don't he do it then?
don't know. Maybe he doesn't agree with it. Maybe opposition. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Why not? You've given everybody else some compensation, from the Indians to the Japanese.
And once again, he gave lots of money to your black schools, but you won't bring that up.
To the Armenians, to the Germans, to everybody.
Wait, what did Donald Trump do for the Armenians? Besides squeeze Kardashian's ass, what did he do?
But us.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, just Black Lives Matter, Black women's lives matter.
Fried chicken coupons. Yeah, he did. He gave out lots of fried chicken coupons to his people, you know. And I want you to go to Kentucky Fried Chicken or Popeyes and redeem this coupon to feed your family.
And I love my black people. I love America. And I pray that we can all get together and get along. And
yeah, but that's the problem, you see. See, this march shouldn't be about white people putting you down. You decide to separate yourself. You decide to have this whole Black Women's March, number one. Number two, black people are killing each other more than anybody. So why don't you have your march about that first? Why don't you people get along first, then fight the other issues? But you won't do that once again.
And positive things will come.
It shows how old you are. You're like 70 years old and you're still fucking narrow-minded with your fucking tied-back braid weave.
Out of this.
All right, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. Don't forget to like, comment.
So that was from, was it Nuance Bro? Shout out to him. Wait, do we have that video of KFC running out of chicken? I want to play this one last thing. Yeah, here it is. KFC runs out of chicken. This is this is amazing.
Fast food chain Popeyes became a victim of its own advertising today. So many customers lined up for a big special. Some locations, including one in Penfield and the city, ran out of chicken. Tonight, customers were clucking their disapproval.
Oh, they were clucking. I never slaved anyone or lynched anyone. F them, I owe them shit. Perpetual victims, Cry Me a River. Yes, Cry Me a River like Justin Timberlake. I don't owe anybody's shit either, you know. And plus, some people think I'm black. I only get that a few times a year. I've been stoned, everybody.
Customers at the drive-thru heard this recorded message.
Sorry for the inconvenience, but we are all out of chicken and we are closed for the rest of the day. Thank you and have a blessed day.
One woman yelled back at the machine.
People have kids that they trying to feed for the special, and you mean to tell me that we can't feed our kids?
I like how that's the only way she can feed her kids. So you mean to tell me you don't have any food at home? So you're a welfare recipient, you don't buy food. I guarantee she spends all of her money on black woman weaves and shield butter lotion. And she's going to sit there and say, I can't feed my kids? You don't have any food at home? And why don't you take that $5 and maybe go to the supermarket or go to a corner store and feed your kids? Go to a McDonald's. Get some dollar burgers. Get some pizza, right?
Because y'all didn't order enough chicken. Y'all knew y'all was having this special almost 2 months ago. And that's wrong.
But no one was listening.
Y'all got the special. Y'all got the special. I'm going to feed my kids.
Feed for the special. And you mean to tell me that we can't feed our kids?
We can't feed our kids. We don't got no chicken for the special, honey.
Because y'all didn't order enough chicken. Y'all knew y'all was having this special almost 2 months ago. And that's wrong.
But no one was listening. The Popeyes on Lake Avenue was
why is she yelling at the speaker? There's nobody in there. She's wasting her breath.
By dinner time.
Are you kidding me? I think that's bad.
Now, you saw that black guy in a suit? That guy's wearing a suit. Looks like he has a good job. And he's like, are you kidding me? There's no fried chicken?
Because I'm sure hungry.
That's all black people eat is chicken. God, you eat anything else? I mean...
No chicken. No chicken? They just out of chicken. I said I'm calling customer service now to see where it is.
Yo, I'm gonna call corporate, motherfucker. Yo, Popeyes. This Popeyes corporate? Yeah, y'all some motherfuckers, man. Where's that black bitch from the commercial at? Talk about that Louisiana chicken. Yeah, I want my chicken, motherfucker.
The Popeyes at? They always run out of food, sides, whether if it's mashed potatoes and gravy, coleslaw. They always run out of something. It's very disappointing. I wanted some chicken today.
Other locations ran out of chicken too. The $4.99 special, too good to pass up.
I just left Penfield Popeyes. They were out of chicken there, so I ran to the city to this one, and they're out too.
Is this the only place you can get food from? Is this town just have nothing but Popeyes chicken? Go to KFC. Who cares if Popeyes is better? Who cares if you spend $1 more?
This is ridiculous.
They should have had a stockpile of chicken for this day.
They should have had a tractor trailer out back
They should have had all the chicken in the world. They should have took all the chicken from all the other cities and put it here so I can feed my fatherless son, because the dad just left and got locked up again because he needs his chicken. Now I got to take that motherfucker over to McDonald's and get him a Happy Meal for $3. I can only get me a $1 burger. That's going to put me in my pocket, Dick.
Extra chicken on ice, you know?
Maybe it was the economy that caused the rush on chicken.
At that price in this day and age, you know.
Oh, there's a food shortage. Black people will be the first to kill everybody. You kidding me? They're killing people already.
I mean, that is a good deal.
Isn't that sad? In this economy, people trying to spend money and they don't want it.
I was trying to feed my family tonight. Can't get that bucket.
Is that the only way black people can feed their family?
Get in now.
Customers felt duped.
I'm never coming back now. I'm serious. I'm done.
Oh, you're full of shit. You're full of shit. You went back to Popeyes the next fucking day and ate there, you liar.
But they got to get their stuff together. You know, they put their advertisements on and then they don't show up for it.
I'm more disappointed than angry. You know, we've been looking forward to this day.
God damn, black people look forward to this day like it was reparations. Wait a minute, Popeyes got a $4.99 chicken special? God damn, that's like reparations. Come on, baby, let's go. Oh, they closed? Oh, man, I was looking forward to this day. This was more important than anything. God, man.
They advertising on national TV. How you gonna run out of chicken? That's all I have to say.
Angry customers there.
And you can tell these reporters want to laugh. Look, they're laughing already. You can tell. They're like, these fucking black people are fucking stupid.
Popeye says the franchises are individually owned and responsible for ordering their own chicken.
Wow. Well, listen, guys, that's the end of the show. I have a podcast on iTunes called So Many Black Girls. Let me type it out. There's, you gotta spell it wrong. But I stopped putting up episodes, but I'm gonna take the audio from this, and I'm gonna put it on the So Many Black Girls podcast, because I haven't put an episode up in months. But it's a response to So Many White Guys podcast. But that's the end of this show. I'm going to try to do a live stream either every Monday or every Tuesday night, and also more videos to come. So thanks for all the people for hanging out in the chat. Eddie, MGTOW, thanks to you for hanging out the longest, and everybody else. I appreciate it. I got to end this live stream right now. But more videos, more live streams to come, so you guys would definitely want to check that out. But I'm done for right now. I'm done for tonight. So peace out, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Cheers.